Dean is in New Jersey. Just saying you spent some time in New Jersey in terms of how they're handling their political structures, particularly in Dean, you're in South Jersey, right? Dean, you there with me?
Uh-oh.
Dean's not listening. Dean got distracted.
It's okay. In any case, no, the best way to reach me is I feel like my more public profile is on Twitter, which I'm just at Prof. Benjamin, PROF, and then my last name, Benjamin, BNJAMIN. And then everything I do publicly, like in terms of like, I'll probably post a link to this show right now, but is on my website, AndreaBenjaminPhD.com under my news section, and you can see all the scholarship and public-facing things that I've done there. I loved living in Jersey, so I did a postdoc at Princeton for a year, and I have really good friends who are from Jersey. My friend's family adopted me and took really good care of me, and so I love Jersey. But the thing I miss most, well, two things. I miss being so close to both Philly and New York because I think you can kind of do that in Jersey. I know people in Jersey are like, that's all you think we care about, but also the pizza and the bagels. I feel like pizza and bagels in Jersey are the best, and I do miss those things. So
do you have any pizza spots? I think Dean's come back to us. Do you have any pizza spots for in your neck of the woods? And Dean's also been involved in some degree in the local civic community because he's involved in the is it the NAACP or the Urban League? I always get mixed up, Dean.
NAACP.
So he's been involved in the NAACP for. Go ahead, Andrew.
I just became the faculty advisor here for the NAACP for our students on campus, so I'm excited to get to work.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking her what she missed, and she was saying, what were the items that you missed from New Jersey? I think I heard pizza, and there was something else that you missed severely.
Bagels. New Jersey bagels are one of a kind, and you can't get them anywhere else. So.
No, you can't.
Yeah. But
cool.
It was good time.
Good. Well, I definitely want you to stay on the line. I think we got Brigetta, the Laughter Liberator, on. She was on last week talking about some of the laughter, how important that laughter is. And I'm also hoping to hear from Lipi, who's a scientist and everything. But I did want to hear more from Brigetta, and she may have some thoughts about what's going on in the world and how laughter can help us get through this day and time and everything. So definitely stay on the line. And if you could, pull up Brigetta as well.
All right.
Yes,
Brigetta, the Laughter Liberator.
Hi.
Welcome.
How you doing, Brigetta? How are you doing today?
I am doing great.
Good. Because, we've been talking to Andrea Benjamin. She's a scholar that has spent time in New York, New Jersey, California, and is now currently in the Oklahoma area. So definitely these are some hard times. We and Dean were talking about the ways people are raiding the grocery stores. You've probably been getting some good laughter material from just the way that people are handling this disease and everything. I mean, I know it's difficult times, but you probably also been getting some good laughter material and probably telling people that they need to, as Dean said earlier, take a chill pill and try to, breathe out, breathe in, and try to collect themselves during this time of a little bit of folks going a little bit very concerning kind of things going on, but also sometimes you have to wonder if we're not taking it to the extreme.
Right. I just actually want people to not take the victim role because we do have a choice in as limited as it might be, and we might as well make the best out of what we need to do and our situation. And so I encourage people to just think of it as a break that they have and what they can do with it.
Now, I know last week you... Go ahead.
Yes. No, go ahead. I interrupted you. Last week I had, yes.
Last week you were encouraging people to do a lot of laughter things, and we were talking about some of the ways that you created laughter even in public situations. But now I'm thinking that you're going to have to encourage people as to how they can find the laughter just in their own solo home. It might just be them, and of course their spouse or their significant other, and maybe their kids, and the kids are probably driving them crazy as well because a lot of the kids would now be in school, but they're now in the house. So is there any specific advice that you're giving people in terms of laughter now that you might not have been given, say, a week or two ago?
Yeah, actually, I had a retreat schedule that I, of course, had to cancel. And now I am going to have a Laughter-thon, a 21 days Laughter-thon. How that works, it starts next Monday, and it is 5 minutes of laughter 3 times a day. And hopefully that will help people to just break their whatever, the monotony of things, and will raise the spirits, because I do think that right now it's really a crazy time that has never been there like that, and so we need to make the best out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Andrea, how have you been using laughter when you were using laughter with the students? I'm imagining that laughter probably was a very important factor for you in terms of calling, in terms of just getting through.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty funny, but other people disagree. But I like to laugh with my students. I think that's probably the hardest part is, I'm used to seeing them 2 days a week, and we talk face-to-face, and so moving online, I've already thought of some fun things that I can do to sort of include in the class. It wasn't necessarily laughter, but I hope that they would think it was funny. Even one of the, just having them maybe send me something funny or like a funny picture on their phone and let that count as engagement for the class period. So I'm definitely glad to hear from you, and definitely going to think a little bit more carefully about how to include laughter as we move forward with the online format, because I think it's important.
Yeah, it's very important that we try to figure out ways to use laughter and things of that nature, because, like I said, everybody's getting very tense, and things you can even see it among the people. I know anytime that there's disasters, people automatically have that tense kind of thought going on in their heads and everything. So, we want to be serious, and we want to be able to deal with what's going on, but we've got to find a way to sometimes lighten the mood as well.
Yeah, this is just what I mentioned last time, that we should know that when we are laughing, we cannot be stressed. And if we are stressed, then we cannot really think clearly. And that's a lot of our problems. 80% of all our diseases on normal times are stress-related. So how much more, our stress is part of, is a fact in our lives right now at this time.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
because you had some statistics about how much laughter can even help with the flow of the body and these kind of things that are going on now, because I forget the statistics, but you gave some statistics as to the ways that it releases the stress and everything. So I remember you mentioned the endorphins and things of that nature.
Right. Actually, if we have a negative thought, which I'm sure we have a lot of them right now, it depresses the immune system for 7 minutes. 1 minute depresses the immune system for 7 minutes. 1 minute of laughter improves our immune system, boosts our immune system for 1 hour. Therefore, it just is, it's a no-brainer to think positively.
Yep, definitely.
And to put
put our positive thoughts out there.
Right.
Yep. Definitely stay on the line. I've actually, because I had asked, I believe this might be Lipi. I'll take this one, Dean, to call in and everything. But 617, I believe that's coming up now. Is that you, Lipi?
Yes, this is Dr. Lipi Roy.
How are you doing, Dr. Lipi Roy? It's Mark on the line. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. We've actually got a couple of callers from different parts of the country and everything. I've got Andrea Benjamin, who is a scholar that spent some time here in the Durham area, has also spent time in New Jersey, California, and around the country, as well as Brigetta, the Laughter Liberator, because he's talking about how laughter, even in this time, can help us in these stressful times. But as I heard you talk on Tree's show, there's certain things that we definitely need to be cautious of and aware of at this time. As I mentioned earlier, I heard people saying that we've gone from folks saying 200 at one point to 100 to 50, and now apparently they're suggesting contacts of 10 people or more. And I mentioned earlier a comment that you made, and I was wondering if you could clarify that comment. But I was talking to Dean earlier, and we were talking about a comment that you made on one of Shree's shows, which is the mixed message that we're getting from the federal administration, whereas one people and how it's playing out to the different states. So I use the example of how one state may be telling people go outside, enjoy the outside, keep your distance, social distance, and then things of that nature. And I know both you and Neil said that might not even be the best. The way we're defining these terms might not be the best. And then another state might be like, keep yourself locked up in your house. So, and that's being kind of a mixed message that we're getting from the federal level. And I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what that comment was and what you meant by that.
Hi. Yeah. I mean, I guess it is causing some confusion amongst people, and I don't blame the public for being a little confused there. I think the key message really should be to follow what both the CDC and the WHO are recommending, which is this physical distance. Again, I think the term social distance is a little misleading too, because it's really a physical distance of at like 6 feet at least from people. And so that's why I think, it actually is okay to maybe go for a run, go outside, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, take your dog for a walk, but just don't, as long as you're consistent with keeping that physical distance, I think that's what the key point to make.
Yeah, definitely. We've got to have those kind of points and everything, because a lot of people are giving these kind of mixed advices as what to do. And we were talking to Andrea, and she was trying to figure out even how to engage her students, because like I said, she's used to being with her students there in Oklahoma and being able to actually talk to them on a regular basis. I know that you've had some academic background as well as the doctoral background, but now she's trying to figure out how to deal with this and doesn't have this kind of training of distance learning, because a lot of people don't have this kind of training, even though it's become more and more popular. So I don't know if you have any thoughts as to what people can do in order to engage people, even though they're not physically in front of the people, from a medical standpoint or any other standpoint.
You're referring to like students, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is a real concern, and I get it, because this is a real disruption in school, right? School life. But there's actually a lot of different types of online learning tools, teaching tools. Again, I'm not really in that school education world, but I will say that there's a lot of like Khan Academy is one great example where they really have a lot of online lessons, tutorials. There's a lot of options out there in terms of incorporating and maximizing technology. So I just don't know the specifics, but I'm sure they're out there. People look online and just look to your own school leadership. And if they don't know, then this is an example where talk to see what other states are doing. Because I guarantee this is a time where we should be communicating with other people, other states, see what they're doing, getting ideas.
Yep. Now, one of the things that Dean mentioned is that he's wondering, because a lot of people are going, and you mentioned earlier when somebody talked about the hand washing and the need to hand washing, and some people might think it as being obsessive compulsive. And even Dean earlier in the show was wondering if this message that we're getting is getting people to carry things a little bit to the extreme and everything. So what in your mind, and you've been a doctor both here at Duke, where you did some of your initial studying, as well as up there in New York and in Rikers Island and a variety of places that you've had the fortune of working at and everything. But what solid advice are you telling people to do? Should we literally wipe down our oven like on a regular basis? Should we wash our hands 3 or 4 times a day? I mean, Dean did mention that, there's certain things that we should have been doing all along, like, after you use the bathroom, wash your hands. But it might just be showing the bad habits that have already existed among the American people that we now are finding out that we need to do a better job of in the first place. But from a doctoral standpoint, as a medical standpoint, what should we do on a regular basis? I mean, I earlier commented, I mentioned this street on the show and everything. My house is not exactly the cleanest. I know I need to make it a little bit cleaner and a little bit more antiseptic, but on a regular basis, what should we be doing in order to avoid the virus, and how serious in your mind is this?
The key message here is to really just be regular and be consistent. There's no magic number for people in terms of how many times they should be washing. The key is, if you touch something, if you touch someone, if you touch your face, well, I mean, we all seem to touch our faces very, very frequently. But if you're touching things, like if you're going outside and on the subway, try to carry hand sanitizer with you. But and when you're at home, again, you don't need to be constantly washing your hands unless you're touching things that could potentially be contaminated or touching other people, or if you're